everyone, welcome to Coaches on the Couch. This is Pratishtha Bhalla, your host for this show, and today I have with me Jitender Singh Dahiya. He has over 17 years of experience in the banking industry and he is a master in sales. So today he will be discussing with us about something he has done. He has written a book called Pep Hack, and today he will be sharing with us the secrets that can help you master the art of selling. So let's go to Jitender and let's hear from him about himself and the book he has written. So welcome Jitender, and the platform is yours. Please share with us about yourself.
Hey Pratishtha, thanks for being calling me here. It would be a wonderful discussion with you today on my book, as well as I will be sharing some good things from my book, which can help many people. So we can start.
Thanks Jitender. So Jitender, tell me about yourself and about your
Hmm.
book that you have recently written.
Yeah, Pratishtha, I would tell that this book I have written, it is an experience of around 17 years. So I start from my past experience. I started my career when I was a fresher, and I was not willing to get into a sales career, which most of the people are not willing to. Same way, I started my career with a small job role, small role responsibility. There I was not having enough sufficient amount of experience, expertise about sales, how sales is done. That was my first day in sales organization. Like I was in banking, but my core job was sales. So I gradually started learning from people around me. I started learning from the experience of my bosses, which was the first thing. Then gradually we had internal training sessions as well within the organization. That also helped me to work upon my skills. Gradually, I felt comfortable with the selling thing. Then I took interest personally, and I tried to explore multiple ways of learning sales. That was within the organization as well as outside the organization. From there, I started like being passionate about sales, how sales is being done, what is the core objective, and the most important thing, which is the part of sales, is meeting people, which I really love. So that was the one thing which helped me grow in sales.
So Jitendra, that shows that you are coming from a starter's point where you had no experience of sales, and now
Right.
after 17 years you have all the knowledge that is required to do that sales. So you mentioned a very interesting point that a lot of people are afraid of doing sales. So according to
Yes.
you, what makes the people so afraid of not going out and selling?
The first of all, like your question is really valid because I can relate with this question. Because when I started my career, I was kind of a person who was afraid of sales because I was looking for other job options. Like I was moreover interested to work in an operational kind of a environment. But when I got an opportunity, I explored many things. Same way, most people are afraid of being into sales. The basic reason is like they need to go and meet people. They need to they willing to listen yes from the customer at the first go, which is not a case most of the time. If we take a example of any given meeting, there are about 70, 80 to 90% chances that person would say yes after 3 to 4 meetings. But people see themselves that they would go and listen to yes and they will close the sale. This is not that easy. Gradually you would become expert, then you would be able to hear say yes in 1 or 2 or 3 meetings. But if we see the average, that comes out to be 3 to 4 meetings to listen yes.
Mm, like you are right. So what would be your advice to entrepreneurs? And because I see a lot of coaches and consultants who are very good at their subject matter, but when it comes to going out and selling, they yes, they want to say yes, listen to yes
Hmm.
every
They
single
want to
time.
listen yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So when you also mentioned this very nicely. So when we talk about the entrepreneurs or the people who are trying to do sales, for whom sales is very very important, how
Mhm.
can they get over this fear of listening to a no?
Like first thing is when you have a job role of meeting people, you have a job role of selling product and services as an organization, as an entrepreneur, as a startup. Also, you hold the responsibility of selling your idea, your concept. Then only people will invest into your idea or your concept. So the thing is that you should be ready to listen. Yes, first thing, you should not feel ashamed of listening. No, because you would be listening yes, definitely, that is 100% assurance, but may not be first time, may not be second time. When you gradually meet more and more people, definitely one person would come and say yes. So you have to be like prepared, you have to be like look into this, you have to do multiple meetings. Not possibly when you are a fresher or when you start your career in sales, starting you would not be like listening yes often. So maybe initial 4 to 5 months you may listen yes very less, very few times, but gradually the number would definitely rise.
Absolutely. But I think when you're listening to that no again and again for those few months, that can be heartbreaking. So how did you
Correct.
dealt? So how did you dealt
Like
with that heartbreak?
many people in sales, when they start listening no, most of the time, many of the time they got heartbreaking scenarios. The only thing there would be like you need to analyze yourself. First thing, you analyze yourself, what you are doing
Hmm.
good, what you are doing bad. This is first thing. Second, after you analyze yourself, you need to like change your speech, you need to change your the content which you are sharing with your customer. You also need to understand that the product and services you are offering, you should be like mastering them. You should know flaws of that product, you should know good thing about that product, competitors, their products, their services, what you are offering best. This is a second thing you need to be clear about. Then third thing is what value you are offering to your customer. Once you are offering any kind of value which is not there in the competitors product or services, or personal value if you are adding, like extended hours of service. For an instance, if you are offering some product services that is common to other industry, what best you can do, you can give yourself in that process. Like you can spend extra time for customer to serve them, to engage them better, to understand their requirement. Then you offer your product and services, your solutions that will create value to him.
I think you have given us a list of steps that if we follow this, I think we can succeed. I'll just summarize it for the audience. Whatever you said, the first you mentioned is analyze yourself. So all the people out there, you need to first see
Yes.
about yourself what you are doing right or wrong.
Right.
It can be that you need to change yourself at many points. So change your
Correct.
speech. So you that means you have to be flexible. So change your speech every
Correct.
single time, so that you can create the value for the customer. Then you mentioned a very
Correct.
important part. Right. So you mentioned a very important point here: master the product or service you are about to sell. So a lot of
Hmm.
salesmen who are not succeeding in the initial go, I can feel that many times they are not they are not having enough knowledge.
They're lacking about the product services knowledge, which is one crucial thing.
Absolutely. So you need to master your product and service. You need to you need to have the value proposition, whatever you are offering,
Hmm.
and you have to offer personal value to your customer. I think that we can
Correct.
call
Hmm.
the post sale service that you are offering. I think that can be a
Yes.
game changer.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. So how did you put this in the book? Where, like you mentioned, the book name is Pep Hack, and that is very interesting to
Yeah.
me. What does it mean,
Hmm.
and where does it fit in your these steps fit in your book?
Like when I started writing this book, I wanted to make it a process-wise book so that people can learn, people can read, learn, understand, and follow. So this is my core objective, that people should read, then learn, then use this information to their benefit, start following them. This is one thing. When I was thinking of the title of the book, then I thought of taking the title from the book itself. Like this is the name which I have used is the process, sales process, entire sales process, 7-step sales process, which starts from like before the sales meeting actually happens and ends with the after sales like process. So if we like discuss about this entire name, this is PEP, PEP, then HACK, hack. If we see this word, PEP means lively, hack means cracking the thing in short pieces so that you can understand them better. So if we talk about PEP, so first word P is for plan and prepare, which is pre-sales thing. Then engage. Engage is the first step when you meet and interact with the customer. Then again, PEP is the presentation. You present about your product and services to the customer. Then H for handling objection. When you start discussing with the customer, they have multiple objections about your product services, after sales services. So you need to handle them effectively so that they are clear with all objections. This is one of the most important thing. Then we have a agreement and acknowledgement. This means this is the step where clients say yes. Then you need to agree with the processes. Then finally agreement and acknowledgement happens. This is the step clients say yes. Then finally see closing the sale. This is the step where you do the formalities like offer your product, hand over your product or services to the customer. This is the stage where we close the sale. Then last is K. K is keep repeating and upselling. This is one important thing. When entire sales is ended, you end up into a relationship with the customer, wherein you start upselling your customer, and you keep repeating on this. Like it would be kind of follow-up meetings, regular meetings after sales that helps you work on long-term perspective with the customer and help you upsell.
Amazing. I think that is very, very thoughtful that you have created this entire system, and you have shared with the audience so they now have a view of what is there in the book. I would request you to show the book for the audience who are on here on the video. So it's
Yeah,
the
this
Pep
is the
Hack
book.
book for you, and it's an amazing book. And he mentioned the steps so clearly. So just imagine what all you can learn from the book. So that's the
The
only
purpose, yeah. Mm.
that's the only what advertisement I am doing here. But it's not an advertisement, it is a serious suggestion, that because sales, I think, is really,
Mm.
really important. And you can get this book on Amazon. I'll put the links in the below this video and audio, wherever you are hearing it or watching it. If you are on YouTube, you can see it in the description box. If you are listening it in the podcast, I'll mention it there as well. So let's
And
get back.
Pratishtha, before jumping into the next question, I would like to say one thing here. Like since this book is available on Amazon, so since we are approaching the festive season, so apart from the regular discount which is there on the book, I would be like adding up further more discount for the viewers here, so that they can get the discount of this festive season. They can learn, enhance their skills with this book. So this is my idea of helping people.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jitender. So everyone can see now we have an amazing discount, and you should grab this book today itself. So let's get back to sales, because sales is something we are afraid of and we need to get rid
Yes.
of it. So Jitender, tell me, when you were selling this book, what was your
Hmm.
biggest challenge that came your way?
Like if I talk about selling this book online, one biggest challenge which I am facing currently is I'm not aware of the digital marketing thing, which I am exploring,
Hmm.
learning these days. So
Hmm.
my idea is when you do things yourself, you learn fast. So chances are that
Hmm.
you initially may lose, you initially may see that you are lagging behind, but over a period of time, weeks, months, you would master the art of selling on digital media also. So I'm thinking for expanding myself on digital media. So this is one thing like I am exploring myself these days.
Amazing. So you're constantly learning and you are exploring things on your own. So for
Yes.
awesome. So for my audience, I would like to understand what motivates you to keep on learning, and like, did you get coached or mentored in your life?
Yes, I would say I have like seen many of the coaches and mentors who have helped me out growing till this stage.
Mm-hmm.
Because without having a right coach or right mentor, you would not succeed. Though I don't have personally like personal coaches, personal mentors with me, but definitely I've learned from many people who are still there with me, directly or indirectly. I am gaining their advice, guidance whenever I feel like. So this is one important thing. People should have a right coach and a right mentor, maybe directly or maybe indirectly, whichever ways you can have. The second thing is learning. As you asked, learning was not my cup of tea few years back. I was like listening to many of the people who are successful in their career, in their profession. So when I started knowing about them, the most common thing which I came across was they are good readers, they are good learners. So then I try to explore myself, and about I think 5 6 years back then, I started gradually learning about different subjects. So that was one thing which helped me really well. So if I talk about now, so I have finished this book. This book is on sale. I am also working on another book, which I think next year I would be releasing because I'm stuck with some things at the moment. Once I finish off these things, then I'll start working on that full-fledged. So I'm expecting to release that book by mid of next year.
Amazing. Yes, that is true. When we start writing a book, we get stuck at times. So when it came to
Hmm.
completing this book, what were the times you got stuck and how did you came over it?
Okay, so this is like another interesting question because I started this book in December 2019. I thought of writing something. This book I started writing in December 2019, but before that 1.5 year back, I started writing on some novel, which still is
Hmm.
in middle. I have not completed that novel. That is kind of a love story, a romantic love story, which I think I would start again, but that is not definite yet, but definitely I would complete that also. But the thing, if I share about this current book, I started in December 2019 when I was thinking of like sharing my knowledge and expertise with people. So I thought, what are the various ways I can share it with? So first thing which I came to my mind was sharing on Insta, sharing on YouTube, something like that. But then I thought of writing it down on book form, so that would be available throughout like if I stay or if I not stay. So it would be kind of a thing which I've developed. Now people can use it, take help from this book over and over again. So it took around 1 year 4 months to complete this. Like in between lots of ups and downs were there, like some problems at home, some problems at office, uh, stuck with something. Like for few days, like I got a mood not to write. Some good days, some bad days. Finally it took around 1 year 4 months to complete this, and the product is really good. If you see this book from deep inside, you would definitely say this is worth it.
Amazing. Yeah. The way you explain everything about the book, I think it's coming from your core. It's not something just you do secondary research and write. It is something you're
Hmm.
writing from your own experience. And
Right.
that is, I think, is amazing. And the way you are describing the writer's blocks that you encountered, I think everyone who has written a book or tried writing a book ever in their
Hmm.
life, they can relate to it very well, that we get stuck
Correct.
and then for after a few days we start writing again, then something comes up, there is some problem, and again we
Hmm.
are back to writing. So that's, I think,
Yes.
an amazing experience, and an amazing show that you have done for the audience here. So Jitendra, I would like to understand what are the most important things that when it comes to uh, selling.
Pratishtha, when we talk about selling, the first thing which comes to my mind is mindset. So, like if I talk about mindset, is the only thing which revolves around everything. So, if I talk about a salesperson, so salesperson as in like his mindset is entirely different. On the other side, when we talk about buyer, his mindset would entirely be different. Like seller would be having a mind that he wants to sell the product. Buyer would be having a mind that he may or may not buy the product. So same way, if we talk about mindset, it have like multiple things. So when we like think about things, how we process the information, if we talk about basic role of our mind is getting the information, processing it, and finally decision making. Same way when we talk about habits, when we talk about how habits are formed, that is entirely on mindset, how we do it. Same way when it goes to decision making, that entirely depends on our mindset. When we think of taking an initiative, seeking an opportunity, how we go ahead with the situation, everything is revolving around the mindset. So I have done two segments in my book on mindset. One would be on selling side, seller's mindset. Other was on buyer's mindset, how they think, how they can form habits, how they can learn, become a learner and learn various things about selling. So these things related to the seller's mindset. If we talk about buyer, then again, how buyer thinks, what are the various cues which help buyer to take decision, and finally, how we can like understand buyer's mindset and change things within the discussion, so that we can use buyer's mindset in the game in a form that we can sell our product and services. That can also happen if we consciously see things and unconsciously understand things well within the meeting discussion. So we can change the game by only keeping one thing in mind, that is the buyer's mindset. If we evaluate things well, if we analyze things well, observe things well, that can help us to sell our product and services easily.
That's the interesting thing that you mentioned about the buyer's mindset. And a lot of buyers, I think, today are like little apprehensive when it comes to buying, because seeing the current
Hmm.
economic scenario, many people are not going into lot of purchasing. So when
Yeah.
it comes to that, and they are negotiating a lot, I see people are negotiating in a different
Yes. Hmm.
place altogether. So when it comes from a buyer's mindset,
Hmm.
how do you read that and how do you handle those negotiations?
I'll share an example here. I have quoted this example in my book as well. Like I was in a store one day. I was observing a person. He came into the store. The salesperson goes to him. He started discussing about the product, services, offering. Like it was a clothes store. He was showing him products, but the person who came in the store was not taking much of interest. So like I was a little far, but I was looking into him. I was also doing browsing there. So then the salesperson goes back to another salesperson. He said that he is waste of a time. He is not buying anything. And that salesperson was also observing that person who came in the store. While he came in the store, and the way he was like looking into things, then this salesperson goes to the person, and he started asking a few questions like, sir, I think you are looking for something special. Is there any thing, any kind of ceremony or kind of a meeting for which you are looking at something? That person immediately said, yes, I am going for a meeting. It's a one big meeting for me. So I'm looking for something exclusive for that meeting. and that person in front of me bought the suit, he bought the shirt, he bought the tie, matching tie, and he bought the cufflinks also. So I think 4 5 products instead of one which he was looking at. He was looking at suits, but he bought 4 5 products additionally. So this was kind of a thing which like I observed, and it has a great impact on mindset. The person who was observing, he was observing that person, how he is behaving, how he is moving, what things he are looking at. So then he went and he used his mindset to understand that other person's mindset, and things went to a like big one.
Amazing. I think that's the power of sticking to the basics. You just ask the
Yes.
customer what you want instead of just judging them or
Hmm.
like pushing them into products. I think that is
Yes.
basic. A lot of us forget. So I think if we
Yeah.
stick to the basics, we can get that sale. And I think
Hmm.
uh, these are some amazing insights that we got from you.
Hmm.
So uh, thank you so much, Jitendra, for this wonderful uh, conversation with you. I really enjoy talking to you. The last question that I have for you today is, if you have to just say three secrets of sales, what would that be?
Hmm. So, if I talk about three core things into the entire sales, I would say first thing is mindset. That is one big thing. Then second is your skill sets, what you have learned, what you are exploring. So you need to keep learning. Second thing, and third thing is process. Whatever you have learned, you should put into a process. Whenever you are meeting people, you should use that information step by step. If you put all the information at one go, then that will make like what I say, that would be waste, entirely waste. So best part is crack everything into small things. That helps really well.
Amazing. Amazing insights. Thank you so much, Jitendra, for your time. I really enjoyed our conversation and I hope to call you again on this podcast. I hope with your next book we will be back again. Once you complete that book, I look forward to having you here. And for all the audience, do check out the book Pep Hack. I think it's going to be an amazing read for you. It can help you get those sales. With I'll put all the links in the description box. And with that, thank you so much. Stay awesome and stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratishtha. Thanks for the wonderful time. Take care. Bye bye.